65-year-old Mahdi Yassin has been working for the Sudan Railways Corporation since he graduated in 1972. The British built Sudan's railway over a century ago. Yassin remembers the railway's glory days when it was the largest in Africa, running 5,000 kilometers from the Egyptian Red Sea and crisscrossing Sudan to what is now South Sudan.
The Jabate School was graduating 100 students per year, all qualified to work on the railway. It was a strong corporation. There was an abundance in spare parts and locomotives.
But the railway fell apart through mismanagement and a fear of organized labor's influence on the economy and politics. Sudan fired thousands of qualified rail workers, replacing some with political appointees, most of them after former President Omar al-Bashir came to power. Railway workers hope Bashir's ouster in April will encourage the US to lift sanctions on Sudan, put in place for harboring terrorists and rights abuses.
إذا كان حصل lifting للعقوبات.
If the sanctions are lifted, we can at least be updated with the technology of the trains. We're so late to update the current technology, we're functioning with the past century's technology. We need to update and then develop.
In modern times, the state-run railway became reliant on US trains and parts. But under decades of US sanctions, Khartoum was unable to buy US parts, leaving only 18 of the railway's 106 US-made trains in service.
When the U.S. embargo cut out everything, we had to import our spare parts and needs from other countries. We resorted to China. We have the American locomotives, and of course, China cannot produce the American spare parts, especially the main machines from Caterpillar. So what are we going to do?
Importing a few Chinese trains in 2014 allowed Sudan to launch 2 new passenger lines, but poor track conditions means the trains can only go 60 kilometers per hour, half their maximum speed. Before railway worker Yassin retires at the end of this year, he hopes to see US sanctions lifted and more efforts by Sudan's transitional government to get the country's lost glory back on track. Naba Mohiedeen for VOA News, Khartoum.